How's it going, everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video. Today I'm at Maple Grove Venues doing a practice round for my upcoming tournament. August 16th is my first ever tournament. Thankfully it's out at Maple Grove Venues, so I'm very familiar with this course. The division I'm going to be playing in is playing from the short tees. I don't normally play from the short tees out here, so this practice round will be good to see kind of how I shoot. I'm gonna keep score just to see how well I do. I'm gonna throw a couple shots on each hole if I need to, but for the most part it's just gonna be a normal round. Clint posted his practice round video. He plays in the MPO division, so he's from the long tees. If you want to check that video out, which I really recommend, I will put it in the link down in the description. We're on hole 1 here. It is a par 3, 254 feet about. Straight down the hill. I'm gonna try the compass first and see where that gets me. All right, about 20-25 feet. We're gonna go with the pivot this time. Oh, that's great. All right, right under the basket. Definitely tournament play, I think, is going to be the pivot. Put me down for a par. Hole 2 is a par 3 at 252 feet. No short box marked yet, but I'm just going off a U-disc and it's about in this area. I'm going to go fuse, just kind of throw it flat and let the disc glide to the right. A little too much. I'm up there by the basket though. I'm gonna try one more. We're gonna go keystone. Same kind of concept here. Throw it flat, let it glide to the right. That's a lot better. All right, keystone is the tournament play. The fuse didn't end up too bad either, but in a tournament the pressure is going to be higher, and I'm not a fan of even this distance. That's brutal. Par. Hole 3, 284 feet. Long pad is the same as the short pad. Just a low ceiling straight shot. I'm gonna go keystone. See, I just want to end up a little short of the basket. That's perfect. A little too much distance left on the putt for my liking, but if I throw the keystone just a little higher, I think I'll be okay. Another par. Hole 3 is a 192 foot par 3 from the shorts. It's still an Anheuser, just not as far, obviously. Kind of follows this. Everything on the right is out of bounds. I'm gonna go keystone again. Got kind of a headwind. I think this is where the short tees are. Kind of pinched off a little bit, but that was very short. I'm gonna try my flippy compass. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. Anything left and straight though, like right there, that's the easy par. Yeah, this really isn't a good place to land for birdie. This branch is hanging low. Can't really give it enough air to run it. It's gonna be more of a throw. That's gonna be deep. That's gonna be way left. These are the putts that I really have to make for me to do well in the tournament. They're just so iffy for me. If I can make these distance of putts, then I won't be as afraid to run the longer ones. I'm on the par train. All right, we got hole 5, about 179 foot hyzer from the shorts. It looks just like a little baby hyzer around this big tree right here. It's really not far at all. I'm not sure how the OB is going to be laid out on this hole, if there is any, but it's definitely an ace run. But assuming there's OB behind the basket, I'm not going to try to do that. I'm just going to lay it, throw a nice hyzer in, try to get it short. I'm going to go pivot again, just nice and easy. Right into the tree. Yeah, see, on these holes, you can't do that. I'm gonna go a little more stable. I'm gonna go savior. I think this is the play, just hang it out. Yeah, go in. Ooh, see that skipped, might have skipped out of bounds if there's out of bounds in the tournament. I'm gonna go peak this time, just a little softer. That's just got to sit down. That one might have even gone out of bounds. We'll see when we get up there. My peak just stayed inside the short stuff a little bit. I picked up the pivot. I mean, I can hit that gap in a tournament. I'm not worried about it. This will be my tournament shot. Hole 6, 397 foot par 4 from the shorts. I've birdied this from the longs, so I'm pretty confident I can get a birdie if I have 2 good throws here. I kind of got a little left to right headwind. I'm going to start with the sapphire, see where that puts me. I just want to get on the other side of this little dip in the fairway. Might be a little too far. Oh, that's perfect. I actually have a run for eagle there. I'm going to go a little more stable with the grace. See if I can cut into that tunnel a little bit. Yeah, I just missed my line. That's not a good place to be over there. You got the big pine right in front of you. Sapphire ended in a very good spot. I mean, the wind today is not good. Headwind right now. I'm gonna lay up for birdie on 1 and then run for eagle. Birdie. Well, birdie. Hole 7 is a par 5, 725 feet out to the right on some mounds up there. I got a great left to right tailwind right now. I'm gonna throw the grace on baby and hyzer. Let it do its thing. Yeah, it's just too stable. That's not a good place to be. Go sapphire flat. Yeah, it's just fine. All right, bit off a good chunk there. I'd say I'm almost halfway there. I really don't want to be any more left than this because this tree is kind of coming into play. But I'm just gonna go sapphire again. Try to avoid these little branches in front of me. All right, should be able to give it a little bit of a run for eagle, but birdie for sure. All right, we'll lay one up for a birdie and then give one a run for eagle. I can't make that mistake during the tournament. When I do these step putts, I always let it go on hyzer and it just dumps left. All right, let's run this for eagle. With it being on the mound like this, whenever you miss, it usually catches edge and rolls a little bit further than you'd like. Both of these are for birdie. Hole 8 is a 230-foot par 3. It plays as an island. Drop zone putt is very makeable, but I have yet to make it. So ideally, land on the island, take a par at worst. I'm going to do the Prodigy pivot, put it to the right a little bit, and just let it fall in. That's what I'm worried about right there, especially with the crosswind. All right, that's on and plenty safe. I think I just pulled it a little bit. I'm gonna go latitude peak this time. Try to get it a little closer. See, that might fade out of bounds there. Yeah, that's way deep and out of bounds. My first one was in bounds, but deep. Second two were out of bounds. It's kind of a scary putt because there's out of bounds like 15 feet behind the basket. But these are the ones you have to run. Yeah. Yep. All right. Par is not ideal, but it's better than a bogey. Hole 9, 514-foot par 4. Also known as Jurassic Park. It looks phenomenal though. Very defined fairway, tight fairway, no OB until you get down to the basket. There's a road behind it. Usually I just go mid-range off the tee and get down kind of where those logs are. So that's what we're gonna try. I'm gonna throw the more stable compass. That should be excellent. That's great. That is by far the best drive I've ever had on this hole. All right, my compass ended in a great spot. I have a little forehand to get me around the corner. Not great at forehands because I throw mine left-handed, but I've been working on the righties. The basket is still tucked around to the right there. I can't see it. Oh, this hole has my number. Redo. That's not great either. All right, note to self, bring bug spray for the tournament. Just gonna throw it out. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark me down for a par with an asterisk. Hole 10, 534-foot par 4. Short tee pad is just next to the Mando for the long tees. Really, it's out behind this big bushy tree right here, another 400 some feet. Really, it's just a big drive to get you out then into the open. I'm gonna go sapphire. Perfect. It's still about 220 out. I'm gonna throw the pivot. Ideally get it within 20 feet. Okay, that's not a bad place to be. Even here with the pivot, I'm not gonna complain. Solid birdie. Hole 11, 182 feet from the shorts. The long tees get to throw over the pond, which is what I normally do, but division I'm playing in is all from the shorts. So the tee pad is somewhere in this area. It's not marked off yet. But yeah, 182 feet. I'm going to throw the peak and the pivot. Should be a pretty simple shot. Just drop. All right, a little longer than I'd like. Kind of release that a bit early. We'll go peak this time. That might even be too far as well. Hit the tree, got a good kick. All right, hitting this tree really saved me with the peak. See, the pivot isn't terrible either. I'm not sure if I'm in frame, but this is about, I don't know, 25, 30 feet-ish. All right, I'm on hole 12, 254-foot par 3. This big tree out there, the basket is tucked back behind it, sticking out a little bit to the left. I'm gonna try the fuse and I'm gonna try the keystone on just a little baby turnovers. The keys are the fuse I can just throw flat and let it do its thing going to the right. That's just too much. Cut roll around the tree though would be great. Yeah, that's actually parked. We'll try the keystone, kind of the same thing. That's just too high. Right into the tree. Yeah, I'll have a look from there as well. The keystone landed about 25 feet back. This is where the kind of cut roller that I threw on accident ended up. So maybe the fuse is the play. Just burn it low. If I turn it over too much, hopefully it will cut roll. Hole 13, 457-foot par 4. Kind of straight ahead, a little bit to the right. There is a OB pond on the right side as well, but usually that does not come into play. I'm just gonna throw my sapphire, try to get as much distance as I can. It should be good. All right, this is a great little look here. I'm just gonna throw the savior. Get it close for birdie. Yup. That's all you gotta do. So like I was saying, it's gonna be so important for me to birdie these par 4s and 5s. Even playing from the longs, which I usually do out here, I mean, I'm getting myself within 60 feet for a birdie look. So playing from the short tees, I have to capitalize. This is hole 14, 286-foot par 3. For me personally, this is one of the tougher par 3s for me out here. It's just a low ceiling the whole way, kind of a tight little tunnel you gotta hit. I'm gonna play it safe and just try one of these compasses, flippy or flippy or stable. I'm gonna go with my more stable one. Just give it a good pump right down the middle. Oh, great kick. All right, I'm gonna be well short. Maybe a little flippier. That one was kind of going left right out of the hand. There we go. That's beautiful. Still short, but way better than my first one. Here's my first compass, about 35, 40 feet away. My flippy compass right here. This will be tournament for sure. See if I can make a long one first. I'm just getting destroyed by bugs. Kind of a low ceiling, which I don't really like for putts. Ooh! I'm gonna mark myself down for a birdie if you don't mind. Hole 15, 220-foot par 3. This big pine tree here on the left. You kind of got to throw a hyzer around it or under it, and the basket's about 60 feet past there. This hole is significantly easier than the longs from the shorts, even though they're just right back there. I'm going to try the anchor first on just a big hyzer play, and then I'll throw the peak kind of more directly right at it. I think that's excellent. Okay, so too far before it started to hyzer. So peak might be the disc. That was too inside. All right, I'm gonna try Savior. Slower than the anchor, about the same stability. Yeah, I'm just, okay. Let's try pivot. I like that better. That could go in. Ooh. All right. Honestly, any of those discs I threw would work. It's just, there's just such a small window in between the big pine tree on the left and this tree on the right here with the branches hanging in. So it's really just kind of put something up high and hopefully you hit that gap. So none of my shots were really that close. I'm going to use my first one. Oh, there's a huge frog right there. Huh. That's the distance I'm just bad at. Maybe I should putt with my mid-ranges. The birdie streak comes to an end. All right, this is a kind of a new hole. They changed it from a par 5 to a par 4 and moved the basket up into all these little trees right here. So from the shorts, it's a par 4 at 362 feet. So if I get a hold of one, this could be a really good eagle opportunity. I'm assuming there's out of bounds behind it, but I'm not sure how it's going to play during the tournament. I'm just going to assume there is. This little parking lot in front of me is out of bounds. The road, I think if you land in the road, it's out of bounds. So I'm going to go with the old trusty Sapphire, see where that gets me. Oh, I hit my hand. All right, that is... Yeah, I might be pushing out of bounds. Okay. Not terrible, not as good as my Sapphire, but still I'm like probably like circle 3. All right. This green is awesome. Just check this out. All these little guardian trees in front. I just happened to accidentally land in the one good open window. All right, this is an eagle look. This one is for America. Oh. Oh. Sorry, America. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I usually play the longs when I come out here, but these short tees are super fun. It makes me feel like I'm really good. Hole 17, 175 foot par 3. I mean, I'm not really sure where they're going to have the tee pad. I think it's going to be like right about here. I mean, you can almost go straight at it, but I think I'm going to play it out to the left a little bit with a keystone, kind of drift it in. It's just a low ceiling. Pin high a little bit. Obviously, I'd like it a little closer. Birdie! I just know come the tournament, everything is going to be harder. So even though I'm shooting pretty good right now in this round, I can't have my expectations be this high when I play the tournament. This is hole 18 from the shorts. It's kind of tough. Only 145 feet, but it's straight uphill. Anheuser shot, a forehand. The basket is like behind this tree here, up on the side of the hill. Rollaway is very possible. So I've never played this shot before, so I'm going to figure it out right now. Come along with the journey. I'm going to try keystone, just a big anheuser. I'm at the bottom of the hill. Let's go a touch more stable. We'll try the pivot. Nope. Please come down. Thank you. We'll try one forehand. I'm gonna try the Explorer on forehand. Dude, I am so bad at forehands. It's unreal. All right, that is the closest one that I've thrown. So, tournament play, possibly sweep on forehand if I'm feeling confident. Sweep landed right here. Not a bad shot at all. I'm going to practice this course a few more times throughout the week, and hopefully by next Saturday I'll have an update on how I did. Thanks for watching.